What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Of course, you are watching TWA Motorsports, and today we're going to continue some progress on the truck. I don't know how far we're going to get. We're just going to see what happens. So a couple issues that I'm running into. Obviously, we got the grill fitted and the bumper fitted. I'm happy with that stuff, okay? I've still got a few little minor things to do, like the little bars here, like I've painted them, that go on the side. I think I've got this one like just loosely installed. I need to do some stuff with that to like get those attached, but I'm gonna focus a little more attention today under the hood. So I've been waiting on some parts. I'm not 100% in love with the routing of the drain pan. So back when I originally put this truck together, made this truck from a V6 to a V8, when I put the V8 in it, I did a couple things. One, I did my own steam port crossover with the stock LS1 crossover because it fits under the truck intake. The other thing I did was I had a buddy of mine weld a bung in the drain pan to drain a turbo because I knew eventually I was going to do a turbo. Well, the problem is it doesn't fit. I can't get a fitting that fits in there worth a crap. And so I'm either going to have to pull that pan off, which on these trucks isn't a terrible deal, put the pan on that came from the turbo kit, or I'm going to have to try to find a fitting that I can get around the AC compressor. But either way, I'm tired of messing with that right now. So I'm going to move on. I've got some new parts from Rowan Performance, I think it's Rowan Performance. Because I'm not 100% sure that this whole trick intake, the cold air, the intercooler, I'm not sure it's going to work with the stock wastegate. So you can see this wastegate has a ginormous, like it's vented to the atmosphere. It'd be nice if it were vented to the downpipe, but it's not. So we're going to have to deal with that. But I think where we're going to focus today is the parts that I got from Rowan is a coolant tank that'll be here as opposed to the big ugly plastic one that's normally there. Our fill will be here, and I've got a Moshimoto tank. I've got all the lines. We are going to do away with that little Y fitting that's normally over here and it's really ugly. So I think I'm going to start there. He supplied me 2 new pieces for this. I'm going to attempt to get these off. These are common to break, so these new ones are billet. And so we're going to see if we can get these off. There's just a couple clips in these, and I don't even think I'll be able to show you guys that. I'm just going to get a couple screwdrivers, maybe a pair of pliers. We'll see if we can get these off, and then I will show you the new pieces that we're going to start with. I actually used one of these guys because they come off different than I thought. I was thinking of the front piece, but look at this. This is a plastic piece of junk. My dad actually on his truck had this snap on him one time. Had to get a new one. But I slid this back behind and that unlocks it kind of like a fuel rail. And this is my replacement piece. Check that out. Way nicer. I'll try to list this in the description down below. That's the part number. But you can reach out to RowensRides. That's what it's called. But anyway, this thing, I'm not going to snap it on yet because I want to get the other side off. It'll give me a little more room, but that's it right there. Look how much nicer that is. It's going to be a way better connection. We'll push it on, make sure it clicks. And like I said, it makes it way easier if you get that one off first. That gives you room to get in and get the other one off, and then we'll push them both on at the same time. And I got a really positive click out of those. They look way nicer. They're going to work way better, I think. All right, so now to connect those pipes to our 2 outlets for our heater core, which are here, they're 2 different sizes. And so RowensRides has 2 different size hoses. So you can see this one versus this one. I think one's 3/4 and one's 5/8 or something like that. Anyway, this is too long. I'm gonna have to trim some of this. So I'm just gonna easily trim. I'm gonna use a pair of nice cutters. I've got over here in my toolbox. You can see them right there. I'm gonna trim just a little bit off and I'm gonna test fit because right now they're too long and they're actually hitting the manifold down here. So I wanna be able to run them away from heat, obviously. So I'm gonna have to cut a little bit. Obviously they're long, so we're gonna have to trim a little off the other end too, but let's start by getting our cut here. I'm gonna take maybe 1 inch off to start with. We'll put it on and see what we've got. This is with 1.5 inches cut off them, and they're still they've still got a little much bend in my opinion. So I'm gonna cut another 1/2 inch off, so that'll be 2 inches total, and we're gonna see where we're at. I think if I tuck them up in there, it'll probably be okay, but I'd like to get them just a hair further away from everything. We're not touching the manifold at least, but in my opinion, we're really close to something that gets really hot. So I'm gonna take another at least 1/2 inch off. Like I said, this is kind of a trial and error thing. We'll just see as we go. Obviously, we're gonna need to take a lot off to get them hooked to the firewall, but this will give us a good starting point. So 2 inches is what I cut off. I went 1, fit it, another 1/2, fit it, and then 2, another 1/2, so a total of 2. I'm happy with that because once we tuck it up, I'm gonna probably get something to mount on the front of the head to kind of tuck these or mount these in a manner where they stay away, but they're not touching the manifold. They are touching this guy, but that's just because I don't have them pinned up. Once I pin them up, I think we'll be good. So now we're gonna kind of do the same thing up here against the firewall. I'm just gonna trim it a little bit here, kind of lay it up there, you know, and trim it, and just a little bit at a time here, because if you can always cut more off, but you can't add it back on. So I think I've cut this 3 or 4 times, so I can't really give you an accurate measurement, but you can see kind of how I've got it. I'm gonna be like finding something to screw in this as a hold down right here to keep it away from where the wastegate mounts and that heat. I'm also gonna spin this a little bit, so I may trim a little more, but you can see that I've got it in place. Pretty happy with that. So let's move on. I'm gonna take the grill back out because I've got new AC lines, and we're gonna see if we can get those routed. This may be something that I just temporarily put in place, just mainly because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the wastegate in, or not the wastegate, but the downpipe and whatnot in if I do this. So we're just gonna kind of test fit some stuff, but I did order brand new GM lines, and I actually ordered these for a newer truck because we had to go to a newer variant of AC. So the old one, I'll show you over here, had a big manifold on it. I think I've still got it over here. Yeah, see that big manifold right there? That got in the way. So you can't have that old style, like the 99 to 03, I think, had that manifold style. You need the one that has 2 separate lines that run down to your compressor. And so that's what I bought AC lines for. I'll try to list that in the description as well, but we've got to do some stuff up here. I'm hoping I can go ahead and get these in, and then we can like get the front end together for good. I'm trying to make some progress where we're actually getting stuff together that's gonna stay together. I'm trying to do several things at one time. For one, I'm trying to control the fans differently, which we'll explain a little more later. I'm also trying to, get the AC stuff. So I went ahead and put the Huron Speed relocation piece in here, so the dryer is in. And so from the dryer, they supply a line that goes down to the actual compressor. The problem is I don't think I have any bolts that are supposed to fit this, so I may have to try to find some bolts. But I'm just trying to put stuff in place. Like this big line here is gonna go up against the firewall there beside that, and then it's gonna come down to the bottom connection. I just don't know where I put all my connections, like my studs. I can't seem to find them, so I'm gonna try to hunt those down. But yeah, the bottom line, so it's gonna be the really long one that comes up to the firewall, hopefully clearing the turbo, going underneath it, I believe. And that's why I need to go ahead and take the grill out of here so I can get those snug, because I'm probably gonna try to snug these up and leave them, and hopefully we can work around it with everything else. Unfortunately, this is about as far as I can go. I don't want to leave these lines open to get trash in them, so I need to get new studs and nuts for the top and the bottom of this, and then also for the compressor. But you can see this shorter line goes from here down, and it's a short one that goes to the compressor, and you can see it's just laying on the top of the spring pocket right there. And then the long one takes a little bit to get in. I'm not super happy. I may bend it around a little bit. It's aluminum, so you can bend it, but I do have everything tight up against the firewall. I don't know the exact torque specs on those guys. Don't get crazy. I just got them good and snug. So I do have obviously the studs for that, but until I get the bolts for that, I'm not going to continue with the Huron Speed relocation, so it spits that out and comes in. You could see normally that thing comes over here, the turbo would be in the way, so this kicks it out and around. So we're going to move on to the coolant crossover here. So the coolant that comes into the water pump and then to the top of the radiator, that is where we're going to splice in. So we've got this piece. Okay, I replaced that when I did this motor swap. What we're going to do is we're going to put it in line here, and then we're going to put a fill that I got from RowensRides right here. That will be our new fill. So we won't have this tank. So that tank right there will no longer be up here. It'll kind of clean up this area a little bit. This is what I got with the kit, and you can see it's got a kick out to go to the radiator, which I'm going to have to re-tap. It's not working well, but this is where this is going to set. And so I'm trying to mark it in a manner that's, you know, somewhat centered, I guess. It doesn't have to be. You know, you notice the motor is not really, something's not centered either. That's not centered or the motor's not centered. It doesn't have to be in the center. Just try to figure, I'd get it a little closer, but that's going to go right here. So we need to cut, and they sent a couple hose clamps. We may have to cut a little off of this too. But the hose clamps they sent are like the heat shrink kind, that's kind of nice to have. Well, I'm going to show you what I ran into with cutting that piece in a minute, but I've got these pieces found. So the studs that go in there, I didn't think I had them, but I found them. And I don't love the connection. If you look up here at this one, it just looks like it could leak. I don't know. These are factory replacement lines. So I also got a set of bolts for the compressor down here, which is really hard to see, but I've got that top line on. And now I'm going to be installing the AN fitting one that came from Huron Speed. So obviously you're going to have one up here, and we've got a line to connect these two via a AN fitting, but it didn't come with seals. I assume you should put a seal on this, guys. So I've got a seal on that. I'm going to go ahead and snug it down to the compressor, and then we'll do the exact same thing. I got two of these, one to go on the compressor side, one to go on the dryer. We'll get both those on, and then we can see if we can start our line. I think I've got it over there on the shelf. With a little trial and error, I've got obviously this line. This is the line that Huron Speed sent me. I put the kick out, so it's got like a, I don't know, I guess I'd call that a 45 fitting right there on the compressor. It made the most sense because when I put the straight fitting on, it ran right into the manifold. And you could see I initially had it turned this way. This is one of the hardest things I've done so far, is getting that started. It just did not want to start. Got it hooked up here, obviously where it goes there. So now we have the AC system completely sealed off, and which makes me feel a lot better. I don't like leaving that open, so I left all the caps on until we got to this point. But I don't know. We'll just have to see if it holds vacuum, you know, when we go to fill this thing up. But other than that, I bent this line a little bit because it was hitting the battery tray. I don't know. I think this will be fine with the inner fender in there. We'll just have to see when we go back together. But I'm going to go ahead while we're in here and grab my other plug wires and see if I can snap them on. This one right here seems to be pretty solid. Changing plugs in this thing is definitely going to suck if we ever have to do that. We don't have the downpipe in right now. So yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So let's, I've got really good access to this one from underneath, so I'm going to go ahead and put that one in for sure, and then we'll probably drop it down and go ahead and stab these two in. I don't know, maybe the plugs, if you made your own like tool to pull them out, maybe it'd be okay, but I really think you're going to have to back that manifold off. Just not a real great design. I should have just gone with the whole TrickTurbo setup, or even a Huron setup, instead of trying to make this on-3 crap work, but we'll see. With the exception of lat 1 that I've had on for a while, these plug wires fit decent. These are some Amazon specials that I bought. I don't know, they may suck. This is gonna run into this. That's gonna be kind of a problem, I think, but let's see if the downpipe being in here is gonna get in the way of anything. I've got it wrapped down here, sitting on the floor. I'm just gonna loosely, I've got the clamp sitting here. I'm gonna have to undo it a little bit more, but we'll just see if we can get it in there. Next thing I've been kind of experimenting with is the wastegate. So I've got it mounted, you know, I'm not in love with the way this fits at all. I'm just, the deeper I get, the worse I like it. So anyway, I've got this, like, it's obviously not clamped down, but this is the kick down tube here, and I don't love that it's hitting the sway bar right now, but when I move it, it's kind of in the way of everything else. Now I do have some movement in this still. I haven't tightened that up, so I may just kind of tweak around with it and see. But the problem is if I move it any closer, it's going to get close to the belts. You can see I put the belts on, just trying to see what kind of room we're going to be dealing with here, and how things are going to kind of fit. We'll just have to see. This keeps it out of the way of obviously the tube, but yeah, it's kind of a guessing game. I may trim some off of that or slash cut that, and I may just leave it right there. I think I can still get the intercooler piping in this way. Probably makes the most sense to do it this way, but we'll just have to see as we go. Here's what happens. I don't like the fitment of this, I guess it'd be your wastegate exit. So the wastegate is exiting externally, and I don't like the fitment. So ever since I put, I've got that bigger bar from the Ride Tech system, and it's hitting that bar. And I don't love the way it's piping and plumbed. And guys, here we are, me not liking something I tried to make work. And so what I have decided to do is off camera, I'm gonna yank all this stuff back off. And when I say all this stuff, I'm leaving the intercooler, I'm yanking the on-3 hot side off, I'm gonna take the turbo loose, I'm gonna take this loose. I'm actually have ordered the TrickTurbo full kit. So when I say the full kit, I already have the cold side, I ordered the hot side from him. So I just think I'll feel way better about the fitment. He test fits it on every single truck before he ships it. The quality of work he has put into his system is next to none. So in my opinion, with the whole issue of the stuff hitting over here, spark plug changing, like everything about this screams a headache down the road. And so I think I should be able to get this stuff off with the AC parts that I've already put on it. There's still more to go on that, but I figured I'm just gonna do this off camera. I'm not gonna show you guys this. You've seen it go together. I'm just gonna take the hot side off, and then we will start anew. It actually, the new hot side shipped yesterday as I'm filming this, so we should have that set up coming very soon. Yeah, anyway, I know it's a bummer, and I've been back and forth on this, but in order to have a quality in a truck that I plan on keeping for a long, long time, I don't wanna cut any corners. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed some of the progress on this thing. If you have, go down there and smash that thumbs up button, guys. Of course, like always, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe, ring that bell notification. That will notify you every time we drop a video on this or one of these other things. And stay tuned to see what we work on next.